This policy basically means that people will not be incarcerated or arrested for possession or use of drugs for personal use. The idea is to eliminate the penalty. Little Jimmy is walking down the street one day. His buddy Mike asks him to take care of this package for him. Little Jimmy is unaware that this packet has drugs. A police officer approaches Little Jimmy. Since Little Jimmy was caught with possession of drugs, he will be thrown into prison. Little Jimmy will now be facing years in prison because of this simple mistake. He had no idea that the package contained drugs that his friend gave him. Now, what is the purpose of this public service announcement? The objective is to raise awareness about the benefits of shifting from punitive measures to a health-focused approach. Our audience is targeted to families, communities, healthcare providers, policymakers, and the overall public. Now for some historical relevant context. In 1875, the San Francisco Opium Den Ordinance targeted Chinese immigrant communities. This stated that one would receive a misdemeanor for visiting or maintaining locations where people smoked opium. 1914, the Harrison Act outlawed opiates and cocaine, but these laws targeted Southern Black people. 1937 Marijuana Tax Act was the first federal U.S. law to criminalize marijuana to target Mexican immigrants. 1970 came around and the Controlled Substance Act was passed, which focused on criminalizing drug use, therefore leading to an increase in incarceration rates. 1971 President Nixon declared a war on drugs. 1977 President Carter decriminalized possession of up to an ounce of marijuana for personal use. This was the first stepping stone to decriminalizing of drugs. However, in 1980, President Reagan expanded the drug war. Incarceration for nonviolent drug offenses increased from 50,000 in 1980 to over 400,000 by 1997. 1992, President Clinton campaigned on treatment over incarceration, while President Barack Obama reduced the sentencing disparity between crack and powder cocaine. 2018, President Trump called for the death penalty for people who sold drugs. What are the goals of this policy? Some of the goals are to lower stigma towards individuals involved in drug crimes, enhance public health, encourage a compassionate approach to drug use, improve cost effectiveness, and reduce the harm to their families and communities from drug arrest, incarceration, and lifelong burden of a criminal record. A major benefit is that it decreases incarceration rates and it also decreases arrest rates as well. There is a decrease in overdose and other harms as well. Not to mention that prisons save a lot of money. Oregon nearly saved $40 million in criminal legal system costs. However, some challenges of decriminalization is that it reduces the fear of legal consequences, making drug use seem less risky. Therefore, people are more willing to participate in drug activities. This then increases demand because it expands the black market and thus causes more violence. Oregon is an example where violence and overdoses fail to decline even after decriminalization. With decriminalization, there comes increased enforcement against drug supply, which makes violence and quality control problems worse. If you are involved or are struggling with drugs currently, please do not hesitate and call this number. This is a lifeline. If you would like more information or details about this topic, please visit these following websites and organizations. Thank you. In conclusion, there continues to be a debate about this topic. However, the decriminalization of drugs can lead to significant benefits such as reducing stigma, alleviating prisons from overcrowding, promoting public health, etc. By shifting the focus from punishment to support and treatment, we can address the root causes of addiction and create a more effective approach to drug use. This massive change will pave the way for a healthier, safer society where individuals are given the help needed rather than being criminalized for a lifestyle sometimes they did not choose. Like little Jimmy, who should not pay the rest of his life in prison for one simple mistake.